Hello, my name's Sharon Bolt and I'm the founder of Good Dogs, and welcome to this video today. Now during the video I'm going to talk about how to integrate dogs who are dog aggressive. Now there's so much of this that we hear about today, and I know if you're an owner who has a dog that's aggressive, then it's a nightmare and a time of fear when going out. So I'm covering lots of different things in here, and I've got videos to back up the points that I'm making in order to help you with this. So with dog aggression, there's two sections. There's the dogs who are aggressive and the part that owners play. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean the part I play? My dog's aggressive, not me. Well, I'm going to go into that. There is a part that we play that we add fuel to the fire here, so I'm going to be covering that. So there's actually three types of dog aggression with other dogs. There's what's called the dominant aggression. So these are the dogs that really charge other dogs. These dogs are really in your face. You know, there's an intent there, you know, to do damage. There's also fearful aggression. Now, these are the dogs that if you get too close, they lunge or they attack. And it's very much that attack before being attacked syndrome and reaction. There's also the dogs that give the get off warning, which will often be seen as aggression, but these are the dogs that snap in a way that tells the other dogs to get away and get off. Now, bearing in mind, dogs don't speak in the way that we do, so their communication is very much about the growling and the barking. So this is really your dog saying, if this is a dog that you have, this is your dog telling other dogs, no, that's not on, get off, I don't like it. So let's go on to see why this takes place, and let's just go through why most dogs only attack some dogs and not others. Because what owners tell me is that, you know, it's not every dog usually that their dog attacks, but why is that? Well, the reason is that when two dogs come together or even approach, that's where it really starts, at the approach. You've got two dogs non-verbally communicating. It's all about the body language. It's all about the eyeballing. It's all about the submissive signals and the dominant signals that they're given. So that's the reason. I'm going to go into that a bit more anyway. Now, size can also be a factor. Some small dogs can become defensive when the other dogs are too big. And also some bigger dogs can assert their dominance because of that, you know, height can be seen as dominant and superior in the world of dogs. So for that reason, that can be the case. But also it could be that a big dog has been attacked by a small dog before, or vice versa. So now we've got all of that into the mix. So size can very much be a factor within this. Also, if you have two equally confident dogs that are giving off really strong, challenging signals, such as the eyeballing that I was speaking about and the upright body language and the head is held high, if you've got two of these dogs giving that and one is not looking away and submitting, then of course we're going to have some problems. Whereas if, on the other hand, if another dog gives all the calming signals, then of course then it's not going to be quite the same. So this is another reason why some dogs only attack other dogs. Now it can also be that some dogs only attack entire males. So these are the dogs that haven't been castrated, so you've got the testosterone. Can happen, but there's a bit more that I'm going to add to the mix about that a bit later on. And of course we can have this past history association where, you know, there's been a particular breed of dog that has attacked. So of course there starts to become an association around that particular breed. There also is another part into that mix that I'm going to refer to later as well. So let's talk about this a bit more. So the other reason why some dogs are picked on and others aren't is that some dogs are so submissive that some dogs take advantage of that, and because it can be seen as weakness. So if they're too weak, some stronger dogs can then really go to town on those types of dogs. And also, as I was saying, the eye language is so important. So for example, if you have a dog that has hair, is a breeder dog that has hair that covers the eyes, this is going to be important that you have the hair cut so that other dogs can see their eyes. Or I know some people put it back in a band or something. Doesn't matter as long as those eyes are visible, because what can happen is dogs that do not show their eyes can cause tension in other dogs and consequently make them a target. So it is important that other dogs can see their eyes. And this is the reason why some dogs pick on black dogs, because the eyes very much go into the mix. So if you've got a dog that has a black head or is completely black, then of course we've got the eyes usually that have gone into the whole mix of the dogs, so it's not clear what the dog is communicating. So that's another reason why some dogs only pick on black dogs, because of that tension that's created. So to help you recognise what's going on, I'm going to go through what are submissive signals that are being given off and what are the more dominant. And by dominant, I mean the strong, challenging signals. So let's start with the submissive signals. So this can be indicated by a lowered body posture, which could also mean sitting or laying down. The ears are back and the eyes are small. The tail is lowered, not tucked under, because that actually indicates fear rather than just the submissive signals. That is fear related, and they will be looking away. So you'll see it that sometimes it's the eyes, sometimes it's the whole head that they look away, sometimes it's the whole body. But they are the signals that's being communicated that, you know, I don't want no trouble, I'm submitting here, I'm not challenging. On the other hand, the more dominant signals is the large, confident body posture. It's the raised head and the raised ears, the large, staring eyes. There's a real glare and a fixation in the eyes. They've got that curled, raised lips, which is very obvious, then the wrinkled muzzle, and the tail is upright. The whole body language is upright. So these are the more dominant signals for you to look out for. So should your dog be giving that, or you see another dog coming towards you, then you know that there's some form of challenging signals that is being communicated with the two dogs. So people ask me, should I muzzle? What's the benefits of muzzling? Is that the right thing to do? And there's two parts to the answer that I give to people. Now, one part is the fact that in most instances, when a dog is muzzled, it does cause them to submit more. It causes them to just come down a notch, because obviously they haven't got the option to bite there. So that can be submissive in itself. Now, I'm not saying for a long-term solution, but initially while you're training with your dog, I think that can be of benefit. But more so, and importantly, that muzzle, if that causes you to relax, if you feel more confident when you're out and if other dogs approach, if you feel that your walk is much better and you're not dreading what might go wrong, then absolutely that muzzle is worth its weight in gold for you. Now, as I say, as an interim period, I mean, I will be going through more things that you can do, but while you're setting up the training session, then a muzzle can be extremely beneficial. And the thing to do is most dogs don't like the muzzle on, so you will work with just giving some frequent repetition. So at home, so it's not that they associate that they've been naughty. You know, you're just putting it on and off in the home, and when you put it off, you put it on, you give some affection, you take it off, and you give affection and give a treat, and keep repeating. So that's a really good way of getting your dog used to that. So thank you very much for joining me on this video, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye bye.